Okay. Hello everyone. I think got 63 people inside this call now, so I think we can start off with the webinar. So welcome everyone to Sunway Tech Club's IEEE webinar. Today we'll be sharing about the topic of AI and creativity. So hope everyone is doing well. So you can just sit back and relax for this webinar. And next slide. Yeah, so we are very delighted to have invited our guest speaker for today, who is Muhammad Fathy Rashad. He is currently a freelance machine learning engineer and researcher. He's also a co-author of a conference paper named CreativeGAN, who he has collaborated with MIT's researchers at DeCoDE lab as well. So besides machine learning and artificial intelligence, Fathy has also gained extensive experience in web development and mobile application development, as he has developed 10+ projects for all of these fields. So without further ado, let's invite Fathy to start his sharing session. Fathy, take it away.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yep, can see.
Yeah, okay. So hi everyone, I'm Rashad. And today I'll be presenting on the AI and creativity, basically how you can use AI or machine learning models to augment like human creativity on your day-to-day tasks. So yeah, so what can you get from this talk? Basically, I will just give you an overview on the latest progress on the AI research on the creative tasks, such as like creating arts or using AI for design, such as fashion design, interior design, everything, and then photography as well, or music, and also like story writing, like novel using GPT-3 and so on. And finally, like how to learn or get into the creative AI fields, because I think it's become like very trending now with AI arts and everything. Yeah, this image is like some example of the AI generated arts. So yeah, so this is like the content review. Basically, thinking this. Oh yeah, I'll also be sharing the learning resources and the AI tools at the end later. So I think just now Junhao and earlier introduced, I've been doing I've been on the generative AI fields for about like 2 years, and I've done some couple of personal projects like DeCoDE.com that I think get a bit of attention, at least in GitHub and yeah, social media. If you want to know more about me, you can visit my websites or LinkedIn or any of the handles. Okay, so before we start, let's first define what is creativity. So for me, creativity is basically there are two parts of creativity. One is novelty, and the second is it also have to be useful or in terms of engineering design or product. It has to be there has to be quality of it, and or in terms of arts or design, it also has to be beautiful or has aesthetic on it. So it depends on the context as well. So if we take away the usefulness or the quality or beauty, and basically just random ideas, right? It doesn't have to be, you cannot call it creative. So how can computer be creative? So in this case, the challenge is actually the usefulness criteria, because computer can basically can generate a novel combinations very easily. Like you can just combine every possible combinations of permutations of image. For example, let's say if you want to generate an image, if you don't care about the beauty or the quality of the image, then you can just try every combination of the pixel color and everything, and you will get a novel image or creative image. But the main challenge on the AI research is basically how do we measure the usefulness or the aesthetic or the beauty of an image or design or an idea. and yeah, how to make the model follow that standards. Because even as humans, we have different opinion of what is beautiful. Like it's very subjective. But yeah, but we basically can still take like the average of what people think as beauty and use that as a standard. And I think the main first thing I will talk about is basically in the image generations, like the application of flexibility in image generations. And if the progress on image generation actually is very fast. Like I think about 8 years ago, in 2014, we can only generate like black and white image, this very blurry image. And 6 years later, at 2020, we are able to generate like very high res realistic faces. And then like 2 years later, and now we have this DALL-E, we have stable diffusions, which is we can basically write any text, and then it can generate like very beautiful, or at least for me, it's quite indistinguishable than with the already available arts by artists, by humans. So the progress, like yeah, is very fast. Even now they also release a video. Like now we can actually generate a video, just like text and video. Like just a month ago, they were releasing the model. So yeah, these are like some example of the AI generated arts. And yeah, so yeah. So first I will talk on like using AI for image generation. Then I'll talk on the other application of AI on fashions and music and so on. So yeah, before we go deeper into that, I just want to explain like how complex is image generations compared to classifications or other computer vision tasks. So in image classification, basically like the task is actually very simple. You have an image as the input, and then your output is basically just one variable, like what type of image is that. In this case, let's say if you want to predict the painting style of the image, then the output is basically is either Van Gogh or maybe it's Picasso or something else. So it just the output is basically just one variable, and then another level of complexity above that will be like multi-label image classification, where instead of just outputting one label, we want to output like multiple labels. Let's say you want to tag a movie with a genre, and you can have like multiple genre. In this case, the output now it has like multiple variables. And then like a couple level above that will be like object detections, where instead of just like the labels, you want to detect the locations of the object. And above that is segmentations, which is basically instead of just the locations, we actually want to classify each pixel of the image. So for this pixel, is this so let's say if you want to segment a UI elements, for this pixel, is this a button, or is this an image, or is this the header, or is this the 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 footer? So yeah, basically you have to classify each image, and then this will be the output, where we have this segmented UI. And in this case, now we have like, if we process 100 times 100 pixel, then it should be more than like 10,000, or can be millions of variables. And in generative models, basically, instead of just the image, we have to generate like the whole image, and in such a way that it produces a coherent object. And we also realize that an image has like three colors, which is RGB. So the amount of pixels multiplied by 3, and that's like basically the amount of variables that you have to generate, that the AI model have to generate. So compared to like the very simple image classification, where you have like a single output, in image generation, you basically have to generate like, it can be millions or like billions of pixels, which is it's definitely much more complex, and that's why it takes a lot of memory as well. Usually you need a GPU to generate an image or train the model. Okay, so the most famous model that is used for generative for image generation and like generative models in general is GANs. at least until like last year. Like I think this year there's a very new model called diffusion models, which is getting very popular now. Like GAN's getting quite outdated. But yeah, let's learn about GAN first, because even diffusions, there's not much learning resources available yet, and the architecture is quite similar. So once you understand GANs, it's quite easy to learn about diffusion model as well. So basically, GAN have like a composed of two models, which is a generator and discriminator. So the generator basically the task is to generate an image. Initially, the generator will not know anything, so it will just generate random images, like these noisy images, and then the discriminator basically will will decide whether the image is good or not. Oh no, the discriminator basically will differentiate whether will try to determine whether the generated image is it generated by AI or is actually a real image from the data sets. So basically, yeah, we need to have like training data sets of the real image that you want to generate. In this case, the faces, and then the discriminator will try to differentiate whether is this image a real image or is this image generated from the generator. So these two models will compete like with each other and eventually like become better until to the point where the generator will generate an image that is indistinguishable with the real faces. So yeah, so if you see like the training progress, first it'll be a noisy image, and then it become like very pixelated image, and then eventually it become like high-res image of the faces that is generated. Yeah, basically in terms of the mathematical the model basically just learns the distribution of the pixel, like uh like to generate a dog, the pixel distribution has to be like this, and it learns the distribution from the data sets that we provide. And yeah, these are just like some of the progress, some of the important papers on GAN. So I think GAN was released on 2014, and there was like DCGAN, the functional GAN. And then there's conditional GAN where you can give a class as the input and then it will generate that particular class. And then you have in 2016 you have like pixel-based, which is basically for image-to-image translation. Basically, you give an image. Let's say you give an image of a horse, and then you want to convert it into like a zebra. And yeah, basically use this model to do that like translation from this style to another style. Basically, like the filters that you see in Instagram or in Snapchat is it's one kind of application of like image-to-image translations. And CreativeGAN is basically image-to-image translation, but unpaired. Basically, you don't need a label. Like in pixel-based, you need a label between for training. You need a label datasets where you have this image of this style, and then let's say you want to color a comic book. So if you want to make a model that colors a comic book, then you need to have an image that is black and white, and then you need to have another image that is colored, and it has to be like the same content. But when you use CreativeGAN, which is unpaired, it doesn't have to be that exact color. So you can just take a black and white comic book from Naruto, and then you take like a colored image from One Piece, and it can still work. But in paired image translation, you have to have a black and white image of Naruto and a color image of Naruto. So it has to be the same content for it to work. So yeah, there's like a pixel and CreativeGAN, and then in 2018 we have like StyleGAN, which is I think like has a very big improvement on the resolutions, and you can start to you can have like sliders to control the style, such as the hairstyle, the hair color, and everything. I don't know Yeah, I think this is like the image. So this is pixel pix. Basically, you have this image in one style, let's say sketch, and then you want to convert it into like a color drawings. Then you can use this pixel pix to train the model. Or another application is black and white color. So if you want to train a model to color a photo, you can use pixel pix as well. Or from blurry image to high res, super resolutions. And yeah, so there are many applications of like image to image translations. So the only limitation is that it has to be paired image. So you have these two. It has to be the same bag. It cannot be like sketch of a shoes and then an image of a shoes and then the image of a bag. So I think you can try to fix in these websites. There. But yeah, but I think now with stable diffusion you can like even do better. But this is like very outdated. I'll just share in the chat. Yeah, so if you go to the websites, you will. Yeah, you can draw the cat here. And then just click process. It will take a while for the first time, and then you can play around with it later. So yeah. So continuing, next one. Okay, you have to draw. So yeah, I have the new eye. So let's say drawing another tail, maybe. Yeah, so you have another tail and so on. So yeah, you can play around with this if you want. So yeah, there are many applications of pixel pix. Like I think the most famous one would be filters, like photo filters, converting your photo to anime, for example, or Disney photos. Yeah, this is converting setting labels to photographs. This is converting the time to. I think now in Photoshop you already have these features, right? You can replace the sky, convert to nighttime. And this is from drawing to design. So this is very useful for designs actually. This is in painting. Basically, you can just crop an area where you want to AI to redraw. And yeah, this is converting horse to zebra, or from winter to summer, or from one style to another style. Yeah, so this is CreativeGAN, and then like in 2018, we have like DeCoDE, which is the main improvement is basically you can generate like very high resolutions on also like a very diverse image, like you can generate dog and mountain and butterfly. Previously was like very specific types of model like zebra or stuff. And then there's also style gun where you can customize the hairstyle, the skin color, and the age, and yeah, basically you can customize some kind of it, part of the attributes of the image. So yeah, so these are the AI generated faces. I think you probably know this already. And yeah, basically StyleGAN was very famous at the time, and you can train this on any data set. So one of my project before was like training this on like character images. So yeah, so I use this to like generate characters design where you have these sliders to control the gender or the bodysuit or the size of the body and the clothing in this case. Yeah. And also train like an emoji before, so it's quite fun where you can just like you can just create a data set from the internet and train StyleGAN on it. These are like AI generated emojis. You can try this in this link, but yeah. So this is like some example application for fashion. So you can train this on like clothing data sets, and then basically you can use this AI to generate a fashion design. where you can customize the color, you can combine two images together. For example, like this combination of the pink jacket with the gray sweater become like this. Yeah. I'm not sure if the link is still alive. Yeah, actually the link is alive. I'll share the link with you. So yeah, so this is like the character design. So you just type like in a random seed number, so it will generate a random image. Yeah, and then it will generate an image, and then you can customize the attributes. Yeah, or even a mail. So now it's become like mail a guy. Yeah, so you can play around with this. Like if many people using it, it'll be quite slow, but yeah. And this is language manipulation as well. So yeah, I think that's like basically using CreativeGAN, which is 2018, is quite outdated actually. But now we have DALL-E and Clip and Stable Diffusions. So basically, like this is like the start of the AI art trend. DALL-E was released on 2021 in January, so about around 2 years ago. By OpenAI, basically with DALL-E, you can just give a text input like an illustration of baby daikon radish into like a dog, and it's very complex scene actually, and then it will generate the image matching following the text prompt. So yeah, so you can see like the difference between like before DALL-E and Clip and after DALL-E and Clip is like very big difference. So before DALL-E and Clip, most of the time you are limited to like certain class like an anime faces or human faces, or like it's like these like characters or emoji, or you have to train a new model for each class of images. And also sometimes the effect is very like filter. If you are doing like image to image translation, like the one in like this one and this one, sometimes the effect is very filter effect like this. But with DALL-E and Clip, you basically can just, it's very flexible, like you can type anything and then it will generate the image like regardless of the type of the images. Like you can generate a pillow, you can generate like complex scene like this one. You can generate pixel art, you can generate a different art style. So basically very flexible. So basically what changed actually, like what caused the generated image by Clip so much different than the CreativeGAN? I think the game changer is basically the Clip model, which is not really DALL-E. So the Clip is basically a caption model where you give an image and then you can generate the caption for that image, or you can also do like the reverse way, like you can rate can give a text input and an image, and then it will give a score like whether it will give a score how compatible the text form to the image. So for example, this is the image, and then the descriptions of photo guacamole and type of food. So basically, it's like very flexible classifier. So previously in GAN, you have this you have the generator and discriminator, but then the discriminator can only like have very basic classification ability, like then classify that, oh, this is Van Gogh style, this is a Picasso style, or this is shoe, this is a bag. But now with Clip, you can have like very specific description, and this is very helpful for the generator to generate the correct image, the beautiful image. So yeah, so basically without Clip, the generator will just like generate a random image like this. It doesn't know, oh, it thinks this is like maybe a beautiful landscape, but because we have no like evaluator that can evaluate the beauty or the quality of the image, the result will become like very random and so on. It is novel, then it's not like beautiful, right? But yeah, but basically with Clip as the critic or as the discriminator, it's able to guide the DALL-E to generate the correct image following the description. So that's like the main thing that changed the whole AI arts. Basically, they push the AI art progress, and it also helps that it's very flexible. Like you can give any image and it's able to quickly predict like the description. Like you can give a television, video, or you can give an image of like TV or anime or any type of class, and it knows what it means. Or you can even give like a reference to a meme or something, and it's actually understand the meme, because basically it's trained like on like billions of tags from the internet, right? So yeah, so these are some example of the AI generated art. This was using like CreativeGAN, which is a year ago. Like basically the best model before the stable diffusions, which was like a month ago. So yeah, so this is like some of the best images from my side. And you can also generate a video from it. Basically, instead of generating one image, you can just generate it frame by frame. And because in DALL-E, you can actually give an image input, and then it will try to start generating from that image input. So in this case, you'll just give you the image from previous frame to generate the next frame, so it doesn't become too different. And then combine all the frames and you get a video. So yeah, so this is like CreativeGAN and DALL-E, and which was, yeah, this is basically like DALL-E and Clip. No, this was using like CreativeGAN. This is basically based on the GAN model as well. And but then yeah, a year later, which is this year, I think in April, like a new model called Stable Diffusion was released. It's actually open source based AI, and I think the best thing on Stable Diffusion is that it's a lot faster and it's much more efficient. Like someone is able to like optimize the model because with DALL-E and the CreativeGAN in Clip, which is what I'm using in here, you need like a GPU with like 16 gigabyte of memory, which is like which is not available in most laptops and even gaming GPU. Like most of the GPU most of the computers that have the GPU is on GPU servers. So you need to go to Colab or run a GPU server to generate the images. Now with Stable Diffusions, it only takes like 2 to 4 GB RAM, which is available in most laptops, and it takes like less than a minute to generate the image. With DALL-E just now previously was with DALL-E and CreativeGAN previously, it takes about it can take like 5 minutes or an hour to generate an image. which is, yeah, so it's a big improvement. Now it takes like a few seconds only, and everyone can use it because it's accessible to most laptops now. And it has like many features as well, such as art painting. So you get an image, and then you can expand the image infinitely. And you can also do inpainting, which is basically you can just mark the you can just crop in the area that you want the AI to redraw, and yeah, the AI will redraw it for you, and you can give like a text prompt as well or what you want it to be. So put up a bench. So that's why you remove the dog. So this is another example of the inpainting. So you want to redraw this area, and then it redraw like a robot because you give the robot as a prompt here. And yeah, I think this is one of the very useful application is, basically instead of like learning Photoshop and learn how to edit yourself, and just use AI to do it for you. And another very exciting feature was image to image, which is basically you can give like very basic sketch, like obvious sketch, and then you can use AI to help fine tune the results, like improve the results. So in this case, this is the sketch. And then you use Stable Diffusions to generate this image. This is the basic sketch, and you generate this. So yeah, so for those people that cannot draw, it's very easy to just sketch like ugly version of it and use the Stable Diffusion to help you draw. And you can basically use this for your, I don't know, like illustrations for your blog or for your comic or for your novel if you are writing a novel, for example, or for your presentations or for anything design related. So yeah, so these are like some of the tools, the AI art generation models that have been released. So initially there was DALL-E, and then after that there was like Big Flip. DALL-E was using DeCoDE, yeah. So basically most of this model is just using Clip as well. They just replace the generator with different model. Even Stable Diffusion is still using Clip, but they replace the GAN model with the diffusion model, which give like much better result for some reason. And yeah, and then finally you have Deforum, which is Stable Diffusion as well, but it's basically an application of Stable Diffusion to generate the videos. But yeah, but all of these are actually not very important. Like if you just want to use the latest one, you can just use Stable Diffusion. So where can I try it? I think you can try. These are like some of the links where you can try Stable Diffusions. You can try on Hugging Face, which is AI model. So yeah, so this is Hugging Face. You can just go to the link, just type something. Let's say CreativeGAN image. Yeah, a lot of people are using this, so sometimes you have to wait for the queue, but it's still quite fast, I think less than a minute. And the official one is the Dream Studio, which is developed by the Stability.ai, the one who released the Stable Diffusion model. But this is, I think it's paid. You need to pay for to generate, or you have like limited credits, and then if you want more credits, then you have to pay. So yeah, you can use this for the free one, the lagging face. So yeah, this is the generated image. Nice vegan. Yeah, I'll just share the link. And then you have this replicate. So I think this one has more feature where you can give an image input. Yeah, and you need to sign in with GitHub for this one. Mhm. And you can also do the inpainting feature that I mentioned before, which um, this inpainting feature basically you just give a mask like in here. So yeah, it takes like 3 seconds just now, right? Which is very fast compared to like the previous, the DALL-E, not DALL-E, the WikiGAN one. So yeah, this is the steampunk ray gun. And then there's also the hotpot AI, this one. You need to sign into Google for this. But I don't think this has any features. So uh, and if you want to generate a specific art style, you can also like you can just type the artist name usually, and you can generate the specific art style. Yeah, but this has like limited features. So if you want to do it like one of the link that has all the features, all the advanced features is this one. No, it's this one, and you can install this locally as well. So you don't have to share it with the server with everyone. Yeah, but you probably need to have some knowledge of GitHub and Python. So yeah, so this has all the features such as the one I mentioned before, which is just out painting and then in painting, uh, and then the image. I think it has image to image as well. Yeah, I think this one should have like the image to image as well, which is this feature. Or if you don't have like if your laptop doesn't have the GPU for it, you can do it on Colab, which is a Google platform that gives like free GPU server. So if you go to this link, there will be a Colab, Colab link here, Colab minted by a cable. And then you just like just run everything. Like one thing about Stable Diffusion is that you need to register on Hugging Face, this one, and actually sign the agreement, like the terms and conditions, and then so Yeah, but basically it will give you a link where you can register and then sign the agreement, and then you just go to the your Stable Diffusion account, and then go to setting, and then go to access token. Yeah, after you sign the agreement, you go to access token, create new token, and then name anything, and then create write, and then copy this token to this input. Yeah. And then just run each line. It will generate, and then it will generate this link, which is okay. Yeah, you can use it. No, you should go to the gradual link, the public URL. And this is the username and password by me and QWERTY. So okay. So yeah, so this is like Stable Diffusion, and you can actually share this link to anyone else, to your friend or something, so everyone can use it, as long as you keep the collab server on. So let's say you want to generate the image to image. Let's try it just now. Steampunk rabbit. So yeah, so this is like the image. And yeah, you have this like image to image. Basically, you can upload your sketch to here. Let's just say, and then type from this. Yeah, if let's say if you upload this sketch, yeah, so doesn't work well. So yeah, that's the problem, is you need to probably change the parameters and so on. Yeah, that's why and you probably need to like play around with the prompt as well to get the best result as shown in here. Oh yeah. So yeah, I think I'll just share the link, this link. So, and I'll keep my server on so you can try and play around with the text image and everything. Let me share on the screen. Oh yeah, I think I shared already. So yeah, you can go to this link and yeah, just generate anything you want. So yeah, this is the image to image. I think we were, yeah, we were this just now. So another simpler, if you want to install locally, like another simpler one is this one. So if you use this one just now, you have to like install Python and everything yourself. But if you want to install locally, this one is much simpler. You just like just download the zip file and then extract the zip file and then just run the this UICMD, which is, let me just show you. Yeah, you just have to run this and then it will do everything for you. But make sure you have the GPU with 2 GB VRAM at least. Yeah, this one. Yeah, probably 4 GB of VRAM. You want to install this on your local PC. So yeah, so that's basically for image generation. Like the latest one is basically Stable Diffusions. Now they have the video, which is this one. Was actually gonna explain later. Yeah, this was like released by Facebook, which is I think a month ago, where you can just type a text, Delta superhero, okay, fly into the sky, and then it will generate a video for you, which is like really which is quite mind blowing. Like, and you can also give a video input, and then the model will generate like variation of the video. So this can be very useful for animations, I guess, like for game animation, for example, or just VFX maybe. And yeah, I think another cool application was that you can give an image and then it will animate it for you. So yeah, you can give like an image of like a waterfall, and then it will give a video of the flowing waterfall. So yeah, so let's just go back to other creative application of AI. So yeah, so I think one of the other areas that very fast is an NLP set of image. So the most famous one is GPT-3, which is made by OpenAI as well. People have used it to generate poetry, also story, like novel story. One very cool application, one very cool websites to generate story is novelai.net. Yeah, I think let's just visit the website here. And they also integrate so I think this is very useful if you want to write a novel or something. Let's say you use GPT-3 to help you writing novel, and they also include the image generations. Yeah, I think this one is this one. So they use Stable Diffusion to like generate illustrations of the story, which is very helpful. But it is paid application; you have to pay for it. I mean, if you're good at coding, you probably can just do everything yourself, like run the code by yourself, because Stable Diffusion is open source. So yeah, people also have used GPT-3 to write articles and blog posts and jokes. This is typically writing jokes. I don't think it's funny, to be honest, but yeah, also can also explain jokes as well, which is and yeah, you can also write. People have also made application to write lyrics for it. This written access of this sharing. And finally, I think as a coder, we also know that OpenAI released the GitHub Copilot before, which is basically using AI to write codes. And very useful for like common functions, I guess. For designs, next I will be talking about the using AI for designs. So this is like the fashion application I mentioned before, and you can also do this, I guess, image translation technically. So you give an image of a model and you give an image of the clothing, of different clothing, and then it will transfer the clothing to the model, So this can be very useful for like small retailers where they cannot pay their own models to promote their own designs. So instead of just hiring a model, hiring a photographer and everything, you can just use the AI to generate the model image for you. And you can even like animate it, like using video, like the name of the model. This one is first order animation paper, I think, if you are interested in it. So yeah, basically you upload a video of this model, like, and then you give like another image of different model and different clothing, and it will animate the image for you. So let's say you have this, let's say you use this to generate a model with your a fashion model image with your own clothing designs, and then you use the generated image to this model and then you will have like a promotional video with your own like clothing design. So basically, instead of hiring a photographer, a videographer, or an actor, you can just use the AI to generate everything for you, which is I think can be very cost efficient for like small retailers. And yeah, you can also use AI for picture designs, like I mentioned before. Yeah, also you can also use AI for interior designs. This is like style mixing for chairs. You also use AI for generating like schematics. So you give a graph as input, or like for example, let's say you want the living room to be connected to the laundry room, or you want the bedroom to be connected to this and this. And then it will generate like the design, a possible design with that requirements. And this is asymmetric room designs using CreativeGAN. This is one of my projects as well. And this is like another stylizations for styling photo. And people have used AI for architecture as well. This is like some example of it. And this is yeah, you can also use AI for engineering designs. Like I think this one's the generating bike design was my project with the MIT Ecolab. Or yeah, you can also generate it for like clothing design, the bag design, or fashion bags, and so on. And you can also use the to 3D designs. Like this is a bit more complicated usually for 3Ds. But the nice thing is that you can also like add another model to measure the the certain metrics that you want, like strength or stiffness or the mass and cost. So you use AI to generate like all the permutations or other combinations, and then you can filter it through these metrics. So let's say I want a car design that have this specific strength, have this like specific stiffness, have this specific mass, like, and then it will filter the design for you and give you a design that like match that requirements. So I think this is how like probably in the future where a designer can work together with the AI tools to design a car. And then like there's been a lot of progress on using AI for video as well, like mentioned before. So this was also one of my projects before where you can write script and then we'll generate a face for you where you can customize the face, like the skin color, the hair color, everything. And you can even like generate the full body. And yeah, you can make the AI talk following the script, and also like can give like animations and it will animate the character for you. So yeah, this was like my final year project before I graduated. Yeah. So this is actually yeah, another company is actually doing the same thing, which is I think very useful actually. I've used this one to actually I use my own project to present on a hackathon before to make the video presentations, and it actually won so yeah, so it's very useful. If you don't want to present yourself, then you can just generate it. Can you say I to generate the presenter for you? Using the voice generated and so on. So yeah, this is one of the like commercial tool where the result is much better. but you have to pay for it. Yeah, let me just share the audio.
Cybersecurity Training 101.
Yeah, so this whole thing is generated by AI. So you just give a text or what you want it to speak, and then you can choose the speaker, and then
In this module, you will learn about
it will generate like these people with correct gesture and everything. Yeah, you can visit the website. And by the way, it's non-sponsored. Like I'm not sponsored anything by the company. Yeah, this is the website. You can give a text and then you can choose a speaker and then it will generate a video for you. So there's one tool. And then yeah, this is one I showed just now. Facebook released this new model, I think just like a few months ago. And I think just Google also just released another make video model, just like recently as well. And yeah, so just for video, and then for audio, there has been some progress on music as well. So this is a jukebox where you can generate music. So I think some of the fun ones is Magenta. So if you go to this website, this is a project by Google where it generates like piano music for you. Yeah, so that's basically like the music completely generated by AI. And there's a fun projects as well. You can explore this on this link. If you're passionate with music and AI, you can probably delve into this area. I think the progress is not as much as image and text, but sometimes that means there are a lot of potentials that you can actually develop. Like you can make something new because everyone haven't discovered yet. Yeah, so I think one of the main concerns that will AI replace artists, with all these tools. So I think in the end, basically just like another tool like camera or yeah, similar to camera or design software that basically just augments the artist's capability, like automate some of the low level stuff. But I do think that now since you can basically generate full drawings just very easily, technical skills as drawing or rendering become like less important. Now I think like the important task will be probably becoming a creative director, like how to use the AI to generate like how to tell a story through the image or through the arts, or how to give like certain message, like let's say advertisement uh through the image. So I think like more artists probably have to become like creative director, and there will be less demand on the like artists for the technical skill such as drawing itself. So yeah, this is probably one of my assumptions. And there will be probably a lot of new jobs created as well. So it's like because the AI tool is not perfect either. Like you have to craft like a proper prompt, proper text, and sometimes you have to play around with the parameters to get like the best result. So now there's actually like a marketplace for text prompt. So yeah, I think from this is basically where people sell the text prompt that can give like good results. And if you don't want to pay, there's a public prompt, is a free version of it. So yeah, in the future, I think there will be like prompt engineer as a job maybe. But I would say like it's very new field, and upfront there's not much. I don't think there's a lot of like design company in Malaysia. But and even myself, I never really get a client from Malaysia for the using AI for designs. Like most of the, but there are a lot of like big design companies overseas, and uh and a lot of startups as well. Like most of my clients are actually most startups. Like I've been connected with like fashion designers, interior designers, and yeah, artists as well. Like they want to use AI to generate that, and then they contact me for help. And some startups as well, which is they want to create AI startups using this technology. So I would say like for working in a big company, it's quite difficult because most of the time they will ask you to have like a master degree or a PhD degree. But in terms of like freelance opportunity, it's quite easy to get. Basically, you just have to make something, publish like personal projects or articles or anything, and publish it in the community, and people will start like noticing you, and they probably will start contacting you as well. That's how I started with my like freelancing career in this area. So yeah, so my advice would be just like browse around in the latest research, like create a unique project from it, and then document the project and like write an article or it, or basically just share your project. And if a lot of people use it, then there'll be like people contacting you to for like bigger project or for future development and stuff. So yeah, how can you learn like how can you get started on this field? So the way my recommendation is the Coursera course, the undergrad course. Like you can take the basic machine learning course first, and they have the GAN specializations, which is which is specialized on generating image, generating sound, generating music, and everything. Or you can also, I think another good course was the MIT Intro to Deep Learning. This is quite general; it's not very specialized to GAN, but there was like one video for GAN. I think it's like a very good project, a very good course to learn. And after that, you just straight away dive into like what kind of projects you want to create, and then just start searching on that how to create that project. So yeah, so the AI tools that you can use are these, and like all the tools that I shared before. I think I'll just share the slides actually. Yeah, so you can just take the link from the slides. And yeah, these are like some of the links in the slide before. Oh yeah, another useful is Hugging Face is basically like a platform where you just upload all kinds of models. So they have many models for not just like image generations where you can play a lot. So I think this is very useful in general. And you have Runway ML, which is quite popular for training like custom data sets without coding. Not sure how is it anymore. Yeah, I'm not sure if they updated with the depression model and everything, but it used to be quite good for like for StyleGAN, removing video background and everything. Or they have machine tracking. Yeah. Magenta is for the music just now. Oh yeah, another very useful tool is artreader.com. This is very fun. It used to be very popular for like character design, but now I think they included stable diffusion, so you can do the image to image tool where you give like ugly sketch, and then it will generate a nice painting for you. So this is an example, like you give an UFO sketch, then we'll generate the painting for you. Yeah, you just have to like sign in to Google. So yeah, so this is a sketch. Then you write a prompt, then we'll generate the image. So this artreader, and you can also like you can also mix faces. So you can upload like a Naruto face, and then you can mix it with different face. This is like a Naruto in different style, I guess. This is Madara. It's quite similar, basically the same thing I did with with my project before, the character one and the fashion one. Yeah, this is the Hugging Face space. There's also GAN, which is this very old model. I think now you can basically do the same thing with Stable Diffusion. And yeah, so another thing I want to share was like, how do you keep up with the latest research? So what I do was usually I just go to Papers with Code, which is this will basically just like curate select like some of the most popular new research paper. So if I find like some useful, some interesting paper, then I'll just like go to the code, and usually I will sometimes if if I'm free, I will create a like application based on the paper. And actually that's how I create most of my projects, because it's a very new paper that no one have made a project with it before. So it become like unique project. So people start using my projects, and then that's how I get clients as well. So yeah, this is like my main way of keeping up with the research. And another way is basically from YouTube. Like I think my favorite channel is Jenny Culture, and also from Reddit and Twitter as well. For some reason, a lot of like researchers like to use Twitter to share their progress. So yeah, you can follow like some of the researchers on Twitter. Yeah, I think that's all for me. Uh, yeah, you can. I think you can now shift to the Q&A sessions.
Okay. Thank you very much, Fathy. I think there's an echo. Wait. Yeah. So thank you very much, Fathy, for your sharing session just now. So now we'll move on to the Q&A session. So if you guys got any questions that you want to ask Fathy regarding his work in AI, or maybe a little bit about his background at MIT, you can just scan the QR code on the screen here to access the Q&A Slido website. Oh, yeah, we also posted the Q&A link in the chat, so you can also access it from there also.
So should I just answer the question, or
Yeah,
you
you can start
moderate
answering.
Okay, so I think this one question is it possible in the future that we can just put a script on it and let the AI generate a whole movie? Yeah, actually it's possible. I think some people already made video, or I guess a short movie with AI. Right now you can, I think just now like the one project I mentioned is you can just give a script and then generate like the whole characters with speaking the script. So yeah, in terms of it's possible, it's actually possible. And there are these some short movies that generated using AI. You can search it on Twitter. I think there's a lot of people sharing it. Yeah, and then next question is, can you briefly explain the project which you work with MIT? So the story with MIT was actually quite interesting. Basically, I wrote the article about the paper that I just read, and then the professor read my article and my projects. And then he contacted me if I want to work with his projects. So that's how I joined with their research team. And the project that we work on was generating like bicycle designs. So the problem with Proceed, it was like 2020, which the latest research was StyleGAN, the one I mentioned before. And the problem with StyleGAN is that it cannot generate like diverse image. It has very limited. The generated image is quite limited in the novelty section. So what we did was we combined like anomaly detection model, which is a model that is to detect like anomaly or basically novelty, and we use that model to detect which part of a bicycle is novel, and then we use that info to generate to rewrite the generator to generate like a more novel designs. So basically, the project is basically how to make like a generator, how to make a style gun generates more novel or more creative designs using anomaly detection model. Yeah, that's like the brief project. You can go to my websites and then like read the paper, I guess, if you are interested. Okay, yeah, I think that's the questions. So how should we start to learn to create the models? I mean, I think I recommend the Coursera course just now from the Andrew Ng. To be honest, most of the time you don't have to create the whole to create the whole model. Like even me, like it's very rare for me to write all the whole model from scratch. Like what I do is mostly just like modifying the already existing model, like or just like fine tuning the already existing model with different data sets. And this one is a lot easier. Like if you want to be able to create to write the whole model codes from scratch, you have to be very good. You have to have a very good understanding of the all the maths and the inner working of the models and encoding as well, which is very difficult. But yeah, but you do have to learn the maths and from the all yeah from the course for the Coursera as well. That's why I recommend Coursera. Yeah, okay, I think that's all. So next one is, what are some ethical concerns on generative AI and how can we address them? So obviously I think the main concern now is the copyright. Like some people think the AI art is basically stealing from artists, but to be honest, and technically, like even artists in a way is taking inspirations from everything from all arts that they've seen before. So at least that's how like the AI art models work. Basically, it's basically the same way human works. Basically, it's the same way human get inspiration from like all the arts that they've seen since they were a child. Uh, yeah, but it's very like complex issue as well. Like I'm also not sure what's the correct way to deal with the copyright issues and everything. So I will just leave it to the AI ethicists. I think now we even have like a job title for that, like for people that deal with AI ethics and everything. So yeah, I'll just leave it to them to 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 create like the correct policies and yeah, that's my answer. Yeah. So is there an limitation for AI when creating images? Is AI capable for generating all images? Yeah, I think so far, as you can see, like the AI can generate like pretty much anything from the text prompts. It's still having difficulty with the details, like hands, for example. When they generate hands, sometimes it has like 6 fingers and 4 fingers, or even like with the eyes. Sometimes we can actually differentiate with AI generated eyes with real eyes. So it has some very it still struggles on the generating like very specific details or even text. So let's say if you want to generate like a poster designs, you still can't do it right now, I think, like because you cannot the AI is still struggling to generate text. Let's say if I want to generate a poster that says this text, sometimes it can, sometimes it cannot. You can test it on the Stable Diffusion just now and see how it works. Okay, so next is, what drove you into developing with arts with AI? So I think because I also quite like designs and but yeah, but I cannot draw, so it's really nice if I can use AI so that to draw me something, so that for me that even for someone that cannot draw, I can still use AI to do designs and everything. And I guess it's like just luck and just how it is. Somehow I get the opportunity to get into that field and just like go on with that. Yeah, I think I already answered these questions.
Yeah. Is there any more questions from you guys? got another one here.
Yeah, I would say yes. To be honest, like most jobs kind of requires you to at least have master's degree. If you are very exceptional, you probably can you can get by without a master's degree. Like if you have like one way to get into to get jobs without getting masters is probably if you build like personal projects that is somehow being used widely, or basically if you have any accomplishment that can that can help you that can help the employers to overlook your lack of qualifications. But yeah, but most jobs kind of need you to have a master or PhD degree. Even for me, I also thinking of taking like masters or at least PhD. But if you want to get like AI engineering parts, you know, like the deploying the model, probably not that much. Probably you can get by with like an undergraduate degree. But if you want to get into research, then yeah, you need a master or postgraduate degrees. So favorite is, I guess, probably Python, because now it's like the one I use the most. And yeah, it's also like very readable and everything. Yeah. So far AI is like it's not sentient yet. I think it will still take like quite a long time to be sentient. But yeah, it's very good in mimicking like sentience or just mimicking emotions. Like, but I think we have like very little understanding on like consciousness and sentience in general. So yeah, there's a long way to that. But yeah, I think you've probably seen news on like Google employees thinking the AI is sentient, everything. So in terms of bigger threats, I'm not sure either. Like I just let the pictures unfold.
Okay, guess.
Okay, so since there are no more questions, we will now proceed to the photo taking session. Yeah, so we'd like everyone, if possible, to turn on your camera, then we can take a group picture. Don't be shy, come join us. Okay, there's no one else. Okay, so I'm going to take the picture now, yeah. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's do another one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I've taken the picture. Yeah, so thank you so much everyone for joining. Yeah. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining, and thank you Fathy for the talk.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Thank you everyone as
Fathy.
well for listening, and host as well.
Yes. Oh, right. Before you guys go, help us to fill in this feedback form so that we can do better in future events as well. We can understand what is your thoughts about this event as well. You can just scan the QR code. Yeah. There's also the link to the feedback form posted in the chat as well. And also, do follow us on all our social media pages, on Instagram, Sunway Tech Club, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube.